Yo guys, so as you've seen in the thumbnail, this could be very big. I know that I'm saying that for the second time, but guys, have a look at this. Warp Core unlocking the potential of institutional DeFi. So that's basically ISO 222 compliance, which basically is the same case as it is with HBAR, Cardano, I believe, XRP, so on and so forth. So guys, Warp Core, basically they are in partnership, I believe, with Kaspa Industrial Initiative, and they are transforming financial operations. They are reducing transformation costs and stuff like this, right? So that's, well, in my understanding, is proposal at the moment, and basically, you know, they were educating people, you know, at this a meeting, let's say. But what does it mean? Kaspa in enterprise and being compliant with this ISO 222. Guys, this could be potentially big, and Kaspa, in my understanding, is going to be kind of like competitor to XRP in terms of the technology and the compliance, which I believe could be a huge thing in the future, right? But let's move on, because I have found this. That's something that was uploaded by Luke, Kaspa Times. So that's basically showing in a nutshell of what happened to Kaspa. Many things actually, you know, happened, right? So Grayscale is basically talking about Kaspa. You know, Kaspa turned 3 years old, and we've got almost 60 million transactions and stuff like this. Guys, of course, I'm not going to give you crazy ass prediction, but this is something that I'm just sharing with you so you can check it out. I'm going to put the link in the description if you would like to read through that article. Now guys, let's have a look at short time frame for Kaspa. So that's for hourly. So looks like Kaspa is basically what, on a way of retesting this level of a support that is at 14 cents 7. So now regarding my prediction from yesterday, let's say, so we have seen 16 cents 9, and now that looks like we are going prone for retest. Kaspa is prone for retest, okay? And that's of course due to the fact of what BTC is doing and overall market. We are going to get into that very soon. So daily time frame for Kaspa. Guys, I know that many people are basically panicking, but if you are guys going to zoom out, we can see that we are still in uptrend for Kaspa. Okay, let me to just move it a little bit and we can see it in here clearly. Okay, so we got double kind of confirmation in terms of support for Kaspa. The question is Kaspa going to go below this level of 15 cents 8 and then 14 cents 6? Heck, let's see guys. We are going to look at liquidity and everything else, but looking from the standpoint of the weekly time frame, guys, stochastic RSI is basically an overheated level, but we have to remember that it can actually stay there for a while. Now, considering the fact that Kaspa is actually turning bullish on a MACD on a weekly, could be a very juicy thing. And why? Well, because we saw this pump in here. Let me actually just measure it quickly. We saw pump of, well, 80% for Kaspa from the depths of these 10 cents, right? And then MACD at the time was basically in red momentum, right? And now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but now basically MACD is turning bullish on a weekly for Kaspa. So yes, definitely we can have some short-term pullback, but I think this is very bullish thing for Kaspa, right? So guys, we are going to look at the different charts, but let's have a look at the dashboard for Kaspa. So unfortunately, Kaspa lost its ranking in terms of 35, because I remember yesterday was 35 and now we are 36, but that's all right, I guess. Market cap is still strong at almost 4 billion USD, and volume significantly increased. Okay, so that's probably due to the fact of how many people are using obviously Kaspa's network, and also I've showed you that graph yesterday. The transactions are pumping and KRC tokens obviously are making its way towards the upside. Now guys, this is where we are at the moment. I believe Ethereum, the second phase for Ethereum. Okay, so we have to remember that after Ethereum is going to see, well, at least going to the previous all-time highs, we can expect Kaspa and other big projects in top 100, I believe, going towards the upside like crazy. So guys, let's have a look, because we've got a couple of things to look at, right? And that's going to be obviously Bitcoin's dominance. Okay, so what's going on Bitcoin's dominance? And yes, I know I have changed my background again, but I just cannot stare at the white screen anymore. So guys, we are being supported, well, Bitcoin's dominance is being supported at 56.66 level. So the question is this going to be just a bearish retest? We could see something like this, right? The bounce, then the dip, and then probably the bearish retest, and then altcoin season, guys. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm just not sure if we are going to see this right away, or Bitcoin is going to make its way up towards this level, which is going to serve as a resistance that belongs to this rising wedge formation. So guys, Now, looking at the daily time frame for Bitcoin's dominance, we can see it more in a zoomed in perspective. I believe that, you know, these small pullbacks for altcoins are caused due to that fact. That's probably the first thing. And also, let's have a look at Ethereum dominance, right? So Ethereum dominance at the moment is basically doing this bearish retest in here at this level of a resistance now, which is at 13 cents. Okay, let's have a look at the weekly, guys. So I believe that what is going to pump next is probably going to be Ethereum, of course, based on the previous cycles. So now, guys, let's have a look at the dominance of others, where basically is our beloved Kaspa. So you guys, you saw that Bitcoin's dominance is rising, but this dominance in here is going towards the downside, right? So this is the reason why our Kaspa and everything else, in fact, is dipping at the moment. So the question is, could we see the further pullback? Well, considering the fact that we are still in greed, this is definitely not out of the question. And let's see, guys. Obviously, I'm not selling anything, okay, because, you know, everything for me is in spot long-term portfolio, right? I'm going to let you know on the channel when I'm selling. I believe now is probably the last time to purchase. So guys, if you're interested into purchasing anything, I've partnered up with Pionex, and they've got this kind of a cool promotion. Basically, you can get 5,500 USDT worth of bonuses and benefits that are waiting for you if you are going to register. So you can find the link in the description and in the pinned comments. And also, another cool thing with this exchange is that there is no stupid KYC, so you don't have to provide your passport, your ID, whatever. Privacy is kept on this exchange. Anyways, guys, let's go back to the charts. All right, so another very important thing is obviously USDT dominance. All right, this is a little bit of a kind of concerning thing, and also this is something that we could expect, because we've got this a huge level of a support that leads us back to other times, which are basically in here. Okay, let me actually zoom it out a little bit further. This is how it looks like from the standpoint of long term, guys. All right, this basically started, this trend, let's say, started in November 2017. Okay, so this is the level where USDT dominance, based on these technicals, obviously is, you know, bouncing from. So the question is, for how long this is going to last, right? Because we don't want this thing going up. We are basically experiencing a downward momentum, just like it started in here. Okay, so even if we are going to see another touch, okay, another pullback for altcoins in overall market, right, then probably we are going to retest this zone as a support, sorry, resistance, and then that's going to be what, double top or whatever, and then we are going to see the alt season. Great question, guys, right? So now the question is, how many X's can our beloved Kaspa see? Guys, if everything is going to go according to the plan, and if we are going to see this Binance listing and everything else, I believe Kaspa could deliver anything between 8 and 20x, let's say. This is my rough estimation. Okay, of course, guys, I wish I would say that Kaspa is going to reach $5-10 whatever, but nobody really knows. Okay, and it's definitely much safer to take out your profits as we go in this cycle. And yes, I know you're not yet in profits, but I'm telling this so you can actually, you know, plan, right? Because I have planned for my other altcoins. You basically just take horizontal line and just map it in here. Take profit number 1, take profit number 2, so on, so forth. Okay, this way you're not going to be left empty-handed, because when the greed is going to kick in, believe me, it's going to be difficult to sell your crypto. Now, guys, let's have a look at liquidity, okay, because that's a very important thing, and I actually have forgot to tell you about it. So Binance, everybody is shorting BTC on Binance on a daily. Okay, we've got around 1 billion USD. Okay, all of the exchanges the same case. All right, if I'm going to put it on 7 daily, we are, let's say, in, you know, 50-50. okay, market is kind of balanced, let's say, right? Now, liquidity for BTC on a weekly. So what I think might gonna happen for BTC is that we are going to see this dip to, let's say, levels of 94, potentially even to 93, and then bounce towards the upside. Okay, because we have to remember that there is lots of liquidity in here for BTC. And guys, of course, I'm showing you BTC because that's obviously the driver of the overall market. Now, knowing this, that we can see some short-term pain, we can have a look at Kaspa, and let's see where Kaspa can potentially go on a very short term and a little bit longer. We are going to look at the daily and the weekly. So now, guys, everybody's shorting Kaspa on a daily, on Bybit at least, all right? And all of the exchanges, everybody is longing Kaspa. This is very interesting. So let's have a look at the heat map, and let's have a look at Binance Perpetual on a weekly, first of all, for our beloved Kaspa, and we've got huge blocks of liquidity in here at 14 cents 8 and then 14 cents 5, right? So guys, the question is, could Kaspa go you know, towards these levels. Of course, I don't want to say it, right? But until we are going to see the huge liquidity flow into the market, not only Kaspa, of course, but BTC, and, you know, we are going to experience altcoin season, you know, that money has to come from somewhere. So guys, let's actually have a look at very short time frame in terms of liquidity for Kaspa. So now we could actually see the bounce to 16 cents 4 and then 16 cents 5. We also have some liquidity in here at 17 cents, guys. Right, so if Kaspa is going to see such move going to, let's say, 17 cents, that is going to be, well, around 8%, okay, better than nothing. But I believe what could happen for Kaspa, considering that, you know, we are basically here, and let's actually have a look at the daily. So we could see this as a retest, okay? I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but we can definitely grab a little bit of more liquidity and then go towards the level of 17 cents, and that altogether is going to be, let's say, move of around 14%. Not a bad move, I guess, if you are guys trading on a daily, alright? So that's about it. I hope that you have guys enjoyed, and as always, peace and love, crypto.